All right. I figured I'd just kind of tell you guys kind of why I joined Beauty Counter and what I just loved about the company and their mission and just what makes me really proud to be a part of it. And I think most of you guys know that I was in another company for like 7 years. So when I had Noli, I just was having like feelings that I wasn't as passionate about what I was doing, and having another kid, I needed to have more time with my family, and I felt like I was getting pulled in too many directions with that job. And so I knew I had been using Beauty Counter for about 4 years because I started using them when I got like first I started like when I was just supporting a friend. She told me about it. I bought a couple of things, but then when I got pregnant with Cash, the products I was using, they said I couldn't use anymore because I was pregnant. And then when I was breastfeeding, they said that I still couldn't use them. And that's when I really started to realize that like maybe things that I was using weren't as clean as I thought. And I think that so many people like look at containers and trust that if it says natural, even if it says organic, that like whatever it says on the package, we should be able to trust as a consumer. And I just was realizing that that really doesn't matter. So there hasn't been a law passed in over 80 years that regulates what goes into our personal care products. So companies can really say anything they want. The FDA has like no say. And so when Beauty Counter came about, the CEO it was the same thing. She found out that all of these products that she was using on herself and her clients had health concerns, and she has kids as well. And she thought that she wanted to really change the future to be better and to change the laws so that it's not just Beauty Counter. She wants you to be able to go to any store and know that the products you're buying aren't going to be harmful to your health. She has little ones, and some of us on here have little ones. And so it just makes me proud that I can be a part of, advocating for safer beauty laws, so that whether it's your lotion or your makeup, your skincare, your husband, like your deodorant, all of that stuff is clean, because we have a right as customers to be buying things that we think are good for our health. And so I liked that they had such a strict rules, you could say, on what they put and what they don't put in their products. So they have a list called their Never list. So it's 1,500 ingredients that they'll never put in their products, based on the fact that it could have even a small effect on your health. And so they have gone above and beyond. There's no other companies that do that. And they love that other companies are trying to follow, and they'll have like their list of things that they don't do, but no one else does as many as they do. And they just added 300 more ingredients to the list last month. So they're now up to 1,800 ingredients. And like the US only bans 30. And so that just puts into perspective, like, how much is in our products that can be harmful to your health, but the US really does nothing about it. Europe is closer to around 1,000. So they're like above and further than we are, which I feel like Europe always is. But Beauty Counter is now up to 1,800. So it's really eye-opening when you hear these things. And there's different apps that you can use, the Think Dirty app and EWG, which is the Environmental Working Group. Both of those, you can scan your products, or you can search a product, and it'll tell you on a scale of 0, 1 to 10 how clean or toxic it is. And if it is like a 5, 6, 7 up to a 10, it will tell you in what area it's bad for you. And so unfortunately, like a lot of the things that I was using, based on things that people told me, either the company or if I was even buying it from someone. I'm always trying to support my friends that do other companies. And there was products that I bought that they were like, oh, it's clean and it doesn't have this and that. And then it ended up being like a 6 or a 7 on the toxicity list. So there was a lot in my cabinets that I had that weren't safe. So it's not that you have to just like throw everything away and like go clean, but if you can start choosing to be better, like if we can choose to be better, then I think we should be where we can. Like our cleaning products, our deodorant, our detergents that we clean with, like all that stuff, if we can choose to be better and it works the same, then we should really be choosing that. And so I just love that their number one thing is education, and just really like explaining to people like how you can learn what's in your products, what you don't want in your products. And so they really lead with education. And that's why a lot of people have told me, they're like, I've come to you to buy things, or I've come to you to join your team because you educate so much. And that's what's really important. And so it just feels like so much less than just like selling a product, when I feel like, I don't know if you guys know, but I earned the trip to go to DC. So 2 consultants per state get to go. And I just feel so proud that I can be there to change the laws, so that like when Noli starts using my makeup when she's 6 or 7 and putting on like lip gloss that I know it's clean, because unfortunately, like the stuff that's at Claire's, the like beautiful little Target, like at Target, it's like pink and purple and glittery, like that stuff has really bad ingredients in it, but it's targeted for little kids. And if you're using it when they're that young, like it has like hormone disruptors and just things that like when they're starting young, it can really have a huge effect on your health. Like 90% of cancers and diseases like aren't even genetic, it's environmental, because of the way our world is now with what we eat, what we drink, what we breathe. Like everything has toxins in it, and like our bodies weren't meant to understand those. And so even with when you're pregnant, the placenta is like amazing, but it doesn't understand there's certain things that are coming through it. It doesn't recognize them. So when there are toxins in a mom's blood, even if it's from just products that she's using, when they take the cord blood from the baby, 80% of that is in the baby already, like when they're born. So it's just, there's a lot that I think people just don't know. And I've learned so much that I was like, oh my gosh, I wish I knew this stuff when I was like trying to conceive, because it even can matter that far back. And so I just think people aren't aware. And so they're built on education, and then having products that actually work. So like I said, I used products before that were clean, but they really didn't work great. And so for me, I'm like, well, that's the trade-off. They don't work great, but they're clean. So that was like what I thought was kind of the way it was going to be. So they wanted to make sure that what Beauty Counter was it's going to work the same, if not better, than the products you're using. I was using like high-end stuff. I'd go to Sephora, I'd easily spend like $150 and just buy kind of random stuff, buy stuff that some that I liked, some that it was just like new and it looked pretty. And if it said no parabens, no phthalates, I just assumed like, oh, it's clean because it has those two things it lists, when that's such a small portion of really what can be in products. And so they really wanted the products to work. And then their third thing is advocacy. So they're in DC all the time pushing for better beauty laws. Every product you get, it will tell you what number to text Better Beauty, so that goes to legislation. So they're really big on that. And just last month, they voted on a bill that's going to go further into like the Senate and all that because of Beauty Counter. And so it'll have to do more with the FDA is going to be more involved. Companies aren't going to be able to just say something's natural because maybe one ingredient in the whole product is natural. It's something like 25% of a product. If it's organic, they can call it organic. It has to say like USDA organic, that like green symbol, for it to be like 100% organic. So those are like the reasons I joined. I love that I can just like help like other mamas with their skincare. A lot of girls have come to me that are pregnant and their skin's like just not what they're used to. So I love that I can help with that. I love that I can help with their kids and their babies, like once they have them. And then just going into like replacing things as you go along. I think that it's just important that if you're already washing your body with body wash, like try something that's cleaner. Because when you can really learn what's in these products, it's crazy that it's even like allowed. Like I was saying at Claire's, a lot of the products were pulled because they had carcinogenics in them, but like that shouldn't even be allowed in the first place. So it's just those laws that I think is just so great that moving forward, we can provide like a better, safer future for our whole generations. So I'm going to go over like a couple of my favorites, a couple that I know you guys have tried samples of, and then, yeah, and then I'll open up to like what you guys have any questions on or things like that. So the first one is Counter Time. So a lot of you have tried this one before. So this is the one that it launched like basically like 2 days before I joined Beauty Counter. I was like, I wish they would just come out with an anti-aging line that didn't have retinol, because that was really the ingredient that when you're pregnant, they recommend that you don't use. And so like, it was like the angels came down. They were like, the next day, they're like, we're coming out with an anti-aging line and it doesn't have retinol. And so they wanted it to work the same, if not better than retinol. And so what it has is two key ingredients. That it's a plant-based bakuchiol and then Swiss Alpine Rose. So those are the two key ingredients that replace the retinol. And in the past, like people would generally use like a regimen, and then maybe one product, maybe two, would have retinol in it. But all of the products in the regimen have the two key ingredients, so it's in all of them. And so before this, like I was so happy to be going over to clean, but I really didn't use a lot of skincare products. I would wash my face and I'd moisturize in the morning, and then at night, like 80% of the time, I didn't even wash my face at night, and I wouldn't even like take off makeup, which is like one of the worst things you can do for your skin, but I never did it. So just keep that in mind, like as I'm talking. Same thing with makeup. I'd wear like bronzer or tinted moisturizer because I always just wanted to like feel tan, and mascara, or sometimes I have lash extensions. I did until COVID happened, and now I don't anymore. But I didn't really wear much makeup either unless I was going out for like date night. So the anti-aging line is, some of you that have tried it, you know, it consists of, the first one's a cleansing oil. An oil is nothing I had heard of before. I didn't even know that you could cleanse with oil. And so it's just like really hydrating. This bottle lasted me about 5 months. You can see how big it is. And because they all just launched this in July, they're still learning. They're like, okay, this bottle is lasting people way longer than this other product. So they really wanted to like match up so that they run out at the same time, so that you're not just kind of like running out of one. But what I kind of liked about that was when I ran out of one, I just had to buy one. So it wasn't like I was buying the whole thing at once. So I felt like financially it was kind of nice. So this is like Asian inspired. It is super moisturizing, so it doesn't strip your skin of what your skin needs. So if you wash your face and it feels tight and dry, then it means it's stripping your face of what it really needs, the nutrients. So that you just put on dry skin and then wash off with warm water. And this is a line that I would recommend if you have like generally like normal to combination skin. If you have super oily skin, then this may be too much because this line is very hydrating. If you're like 28 and over, like that's generally when collagen production starts to decrease. So then you can start looking at like the anti-aging. They like to say aging gracefully. So this is a toner. So again, I was like, toners are so dumb before I did this. And I know that they're supposed to like prepare your skin, but I didn't really ever like really get it. So this is a toner, but they call it an essence. So it's like a toner, but it has additional benefits to it. So it has like sea salt, like salt water in it. It's really hydrating and it protects your skin like from the environment. And like I said, so it preps your skin. So it takes off anything that was left over from your cleanser so that your face is completely clean. So that when you're ready to treat it, it like the good stuff really sinks into your skin. What I liked about this is that you just like dump it into your hand, so you don't need like a cotton ball to apply it, which was one of the things that annoyed me about toners in the past. So this one I started in July, and I haven't even finished it yet. So that one lasts obviously forever because it's been like 8 months. So then the next thing is the serum. So that's the treatment. So this is generally where in other regimens and other companies, this is where like the not so great stuff is, because this may be where like the retinol is, because this is like the decreased fine lines, brightens, wrinkles, like the magic. So that's this one. This you need a tiny amount. I ran out of this one first. This was at 4 months I ran out. And like, because I'm selling this, I was like super religious about using it morning and night. So this is like using it to the max. And this you only need like a really small amount, like a half of a pump. The first time I used it, I used a full pump. And then I started to realize like how little you really need, because a little goes a long way. Because this stuff doesn't have like extra additives in it, it's really concentrated. So that's why it's been lasting me a really long time. And then the day cream, which I don't have here because I just ran out. So the day cream is, well, they call it a soft cream. They don't call it day and night because the night cream is so hydrating that some people like it during the day. So now that I've run out of the day cream, soft cream, I've been using the night one because it's like really hydrating and it's winter. So I can use that. People like are obsessed with this. So the soft cream day cream is more just like, it's super silky moisturizer, probably more of the consistency that you'd be used to. So that's the daytime routine. And it probably takes me like maybe 2 minutes, because you wash, and then when you put this on, this is like makes your face wet. You actually apply the serum with your face still wet. The serum absorbs better when it has the toner like wet on it. And then I just go like this and try to like get this that to dry. I usually brush my teeth and then I put the moisturizer on. So the same thing for nighttime, only at night instead of the day cream, you're using this cream. So this cream probably lasts me about 5 months. It's super thick, like you can't even like dump it out, like super, super thick. This you need like maybe a dime size. A little goes a very long way. People that have like really oily skin, this is like too hydrating for them. And then our eye cream is like magic. This you can use at night or during the day. So I've only used it at night because I thought it was a night eye cream, because that's what I just thought in the past. And this is like, it's almost gone, but there's still like a lot in there, because you literally use like like a tiny amount. So this one is still the first one from that I started in July. But my friends use it during the morning too, because it does give you like an iridescent glow, and it really like brightens your face. And I like was, until Noli was like 7-8 months, she like didn't sleep. So like more than an hour at a time. So I was like definitely like a tired looking mom. So that's pretty much the anti-aging line. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. It is a very luxurious line. Like I feel like I'm like doing self-care when I use it, because it feels so good. Generally when people use it, they message me and they're like, this stuff makes my skin feel really good. People like it when they try the samples. So people have compared it to like really high-end lines from like France to Paris, and like I'm not even familiar with. But people that are used to using regimens say that it's pretty much the same price of what they're used to, only this one does last longer, and it's clean versus what they were using. And just like it just wakens people up that like when you're educating about this, that they can at least learn what's in their products and to choose eventually. You know, some people say like, oh my gosh, I just bought my old stuff. When it's out, I'm gonna like switch to you. So it's good to educate. So that's the anti-aging line. And then we have a preventative moisturizing line. So if someone's like, I would say 20 to 30, it would be great for them. Some people like to do a hybrid with the counter time. So it all depends on what your skin type is like. So there's a skincare quiz, and it's like 3 questions. So it basically will ask you like your primary concerns. Like for me, it would be like fine lines, wrinkles, like anti-aging, and then maybe like a random breakout. And so it will tell you like a regimen it recommends, and then they're called Counter Plus. So it might be like a booster skincare item that would replace one of your items in your regimen a couple times a week, or maybe you'd use it like once a week. So the Counter Match is same thing. So it's like the same clean toner, moisturize. And then we have one for oily, blemish prone skin. So like my nephew uses that. He has really bad acne. So he was like so cute. He's like, for my 16th birthday, you gave me like the gift of good skin. It was so cute, because like a lot of those like acne lines are so harsh. Like you can't get pregnant when you're on them. Like they're just like really like crazy, like scary, I feel like. A lot of girls that are pregnant, they've been coming to me because they can't find something that they can use while they're pregnant, and they're getting tons of breakouts. And I use that parts of that line when I have a breakout, or it's like that time of month, because your skin is just different. So you can use like a hybrid of them as well. So those are the 3 regimens. They did just come out this past weekend. It's called Counter Start. And so Jen, this is the one I messaged you about your daughter. So it's for like really sensitive skin. And it's only a cleanser and a moisturizer. So it's called a cocoa cleanser and cocoa like moisturizer, cocoa cream. So it's like coconut oil, vitamin E, and it's good for really sensitive skin. And I feel like it's great for like younger people, because they're not going to do like a regimen, right? So if they can just like wash and moisturize, it's only 2 steps. It's really like low price point, like basically like what you'd spend at like Target. And so it's like if someone's like not ready to go into a whole regimen, it's great for that too. So that's the another line that just launched over the weekend. So I'll go over just like the couple Counter Plus. So these are basically like, I would say like our best sellers, because they all just work. Like they're just so incredible. So the first one is the first product that I ever tried with Beauty Counter. So it's called a cleansing balm. And if you use this a couple times a week, like it will probably last you like 9 months. It lasts forever. It has the consistency of like Vaseline or coconut oil, I guess. So some people are scared by it because it's thick, but it's like a very deep moisturizing cleanser, and it really just like melts your makeup off. So if I go out like for date night and I have a lot of makeup on, then I use this to really take my makeup off. You can use it as an overnight mask. So if you put like a lighter amount on, you can just go to bed and it just sinks into your skin, super moisturizing. People use it on like sunburns, on eczema, on cuticles. Like it has like one of those like 100 ways to use cleansing balm. So this is probably like one of 2 products. If someone was like, I can only afford to buy one thing, what would it be? It would probably be, this would be my number 1. And it lasts a long time, and it just feels really good. The second thing is our overnight resurfacing peel. So this would be like the second thing I'd probably recommend if you could only buy one thing. It's basically like just a gentle peel. You put it on at night and then you just go to bed. You don't wash it off. It's like a gentle exfoliant. You don't see anything coming off, but it's just like very glowing. It makes you glow. It's good for darker spots, hyperpigmentation. Girls use it like on their chest. They put it on their hands just because it really does like give you that glow. Girls call it like a facial in a bottle. Again, this stuff lasts so long. You only want to use this like 2 to 3 times a week, so it lasts a long time. If you use this, a lot of people buy a regimen and then they get this as well. This replaces your serum because it's basically like a treatment. So it does, if you have this, it makes these both last longer because you're using both. We have like a really amazing, we can call it like a loyalty program. And every month there's a free gift. It's a free gift the month you join. And this month it's this, which is like kick ass. So I'll talk about that at the end. We have a charcoal mask, which is amazing. So that time of the month, use it always, but I use it about once a week. You can just like see, like in your T-zone, especially, like you can see it working, like where it looks like there's like black dots is where it's like pulling out impurities. Girls will message me and they're like, I can like see stuff coming out of my face. It's so good. And it's great for spot treatment. If you have a pimple, like you can put it right on your pimple and it like won't, like for me, if I put it on like one that I feel is coming and then it like doesn't come out. So it's like great for kids, like teenagers. So good. So that's the charcoal mask. And then we have oils. So oils are like incredible if you're using high quality ones and you're using the right type of oil. A lot of people are scared of oils. I didn't ever use oils. So we have 3 different oils. This is the brightening oil. And so I just put a couple of drops in my moisturizer in the morning. So it really like will add to like having like just like a glow, and it's extra moisturizer. So, and they smell really good. People that use oils will message me and they're like, this stuff, you can tell it has like really quality ingredients. And then we have a plumping oil, and then there's a balancing oil. So the balancing oil, I just learned today, my friends were like, it's magic on eczema. And then you can also use it like if you have a breakout. So my friend that's pregnant just broke out and she had it and she's like, oh my gosh, Steph, I can't even believe how well this works. So it really like soothes the skin. So that's why I guess it works probably on eczema. And then breakouts and things like that. So if you have any reddening on your face, it's really good for soothing. So those are the oils. So that's it for the Counter Plus, they call it products. And then our makeup, I'll just go over like our quick makeup line and then that's really it. So our makeup line is, they kind of have like a no makeup look generally. So they call it Flawless in 5 because they think that in 5 minutes you should be able to like feel put together and go out the door and feel like pretty and confident. So again, like I told you, I didn't really wear a ton of makeup before. So then when I got this, again, I was like not sleeping, I was exhausted. And whenever I go out, you know, I felt like I had to have something on because I had dark circles and I just was always looking so tired. So it consists of 6 products. It's generally $150. And so it's basically like a $25 per product. And so like I said, I would spend that easily if I'd go to like a beauty store, Sephora, Ulta, and then like half of it I wouldn't end up using. And so this stuff, again, I started in July and I basically started replacing everything like 6 months in. So I feel like I replace my skincare twice a year and then I replace my makeup twice a year. So it comes with, like I said, 6 products. So it comes with a tinted moisturizer, which is generally what I use. It's more of like a dewy glow. So people that have more oily skin don't like that extra shine. This does have SPF 20. And then our foundation, I haven't really ever worn foundation, but my clients that use it love it. They said that they really can't feel that it's on their face. And like one girl's like, I forget to wash my face at night because it doesn't ever feel like cakey and like it's on my face. They purposely built it so it's like buildable so that you can put on like bronzer or blush, anything more, and you're not going to feel that heaviness. Our makeup artist, she like used to work with celebrities. And so like when the Oscars are on, the Emmys, she'll tell us like on the red carpet who's using only Beauty Counter. And she's like, it stands up to the lights, it stands up to photographs. So it just proves you that it really does work, even though it's like really clean. Like Amy Schumer, we have a lot of Amy Poehler, there's a lot of celebrities that only use Beauty Counter, and they can have like a really natural look, or they can have like a crazy dramatic look because we have, you know, liquid eyeliner and all that like extra fancy stuff. But the Flawless in 5 is just this simple stuff. So it's one of those 2. And like I pretty much could like look at a picture of you and tell you what shade you would need. So that's pretty simple too. And the website does an incredible job of walking you through it too. Second is a concealer. So I've always tried to find concealers because I have deep set eyes. So I felt like I always had circles, and I have a vein under my eye that I can't stand. So I was always looking for a concealer, and they were always like cakey for me. And then I just stopped trying. And so this one I love. Again, people message me about it all the time, how much they love it. So it's like a pen, and you just like click it and it comes out of that. So that's number 2. And then third is brows. So your brows are like, really can just like frame your face and just really just like make your face pop. And a lot of people don't think to use it because it's like, it just seems like an added step. But it really does make a big difference. So they used to just have the pencil, which most people are familiar with, and comes in, like 4 different shades. And then this year they came out with a brow gel. And so it looks like a mascara wand, and people love this because it's super fast, and you just go like along your lash and just lift up. So there's invisible, and then a few shades of brown. If you have like spots that you feel like you need to fill, like as you get older, your brows may like lighten up, then you would use the pencil. But if you just have like just basic like fill and just want to like accentuate them, then you could use the gel. And then we have a volumizing and lengthening mascara. And then blush is next. So Beautycounter does like third-party testing for all of their products to make sure that everything they're saying isn't in their products. So that's just an extra step that most companies wouldn't do, like testing for heavy metals. And they're like so transparent about anything and everything. So you can you can ask anything on their website, and you'll find the answer to it. So even if there's things that people would think, like talc, for example, was in like the baby powder and all that, like, and it can cause like ovarian cancer. So there's like talc in some of our products, but then they explain like that there's different types of talc. So just things like that. They are right now doing this like research project basically, where they're visiting every mine that they source mica from. So mica is something that's in like your eyeshadows, anything that has like shimmer, it has mica in it. And unfortunately, like there's like billions of kids that are in child labor that are sourcing mica. So like they don't even go to school, they just source mica. And so Beautycounter's going to every single mine that they source from, like all over the world, to make sure that they're responsibly sourced. And like that's something that most companies would not do. And they want that to be transparent, because they're like, you may have 3 choices of blush, and if you knew that one was responsibly sourced, then you'd probably pick that one, than knowing that like a 4-year-old could be like mining in a cave. And so it's just like those things that you just don't know. So their blushes are like really pretty. They go on pretty like highly pigmented, and then I feel like they just set into your face nice. So I used to use Orgasm by NARS, which is a pretty popular blush. So I use Nectar, which is like pretty much the same. And then they have like a couple pinky or mauve. And then a lip gloss is the final step. So I'm usually like more of a lip gloss girl than lipstick. So a lot of lip products have lead in them. And so anything you put on your lips, you should really be able to ingest, because it is on your lips and it's going into your body. And so these obviously don't have lead in them, and they're not sticky, and they have like a nice vanilla like scent, I guess you could say. And they're not like, even the ones down here that look really bright, once you put them on, they're just like a nice gloss, more like sheery. So these are super popular. And then we do have like lipstick, like it's like a highly pigmented lipstick. And then we have these lipsticks called lip sheers, and they're super popular for people that love lip gloss, because they're like lipstick, but then when you put them on, they're the similar look of like a gloss. They don't have that gloss that like a gloss has, but it goes on like more sheer. So it looks like pigmented when you turn it up, but then it goes on like really like more sheerish. They're like amazing, super moisturizing. And that's what I didn't like about lipsticks in the past. I felt like they'd make like, you could see like wrinkles in your lips. I don't know. It'd be like dry. So that's the Flawless in 5. And then these are just some of the things I pulled out of my shower to show you just what we have. So we have body wash, and then shampoo and conditioner. And then these are the kid products that I use for my kids. Well, for Cash. So they have shampoo, conditioner, and then a body wash. And these have like like fruit and vegetable extracts. So they smell like a fruit salad. They smell really good. And then this is the baby wash. So this is like super gentle. There was someone that reached out to me today asking about their 10-year-old, lots of eczema. And so like I even recommended this for the body wash because it is so gentle. And then on Noli, I use the diaper cream. And then we have like, it's called a baby balm. And so it's kind of like the cleansing balm. It has like 100 ways of using it. People have been giving it to like healthcare workers because they're washing their hands so much. And it's like really good for moisturizing hands. Just really good for like any type of skin problem. So that's incredible. Sometimes I use that on Noli if I can't find the diaper rash cream. But like in the past, before I used Beauty Counter, if Cash had a diaper rash and I would try like all of these like creams and they'd be like, probably have not great ingredients in them. And there were times that like we had to like make, you've probably heard about that, like magic paste. Cause I like went to the doctor. I'm like, I don't know how to get rid of this. And we had to like, it was like Mylanta and like, I don't know, had like 4 different ingredients in it. It was the only thing that would clear it up. But the diaper rash cream from Beauty Counter is incredible. And if I have to use it, like after the one time, it usually clears it up. So it's really good. And then there have body butters, body lotions. Their body butters like super hydrating, and their sunblock. I just had this out, so I'll show it to you guys. So this, along with the cleansing balm, was the first thing I ever bought. And I was using a clean sunblock before I used this, but it was always white. Like I could never rub it in. And that was like, okay, this is the trade-off. It's clean, but like I'm going to be white, like pasty. This stuff like actually rubs in. I was so excited the first time I used it. So it's coral reef safe as well. Like they help laws in Hawaii so that all the sunblocks there have to be like coral reef safe because all of the sunblocks are like ruining our oceans. So it comes in a lotion, it comes in a spray, and it comes in like the little stick. And I use that like on Cash's face because like on kids it's hard. All SPF 30. And I think I always hear that like after you go above 30, it's kind of all the same. I think that's it for products. And then I know someone on here, and then there's people that I'm recording this that are going to be interested. So I may reach out to you to let you know that if you were interested in like working the business, because of everything that's going on with like the COVID and all that, they're doing free enrollment, which is normally $98. And you get like 2 really good products in that $98. And then like all the stuff you need to like become a consultant. It's like this cute little gift bag. So that's $98, but they're waiving that. And then when you join, they have starter kits that are 45% off. When you're a consultant, everything's 25% off. But when you join, they give you the option for 45% off because you're starting and they want you to have more. The cheapest kit for that was $325. And now with the COVID thing, they're doing a $100 starter pack. So basically you pay the $100 for the starter pack and then you get the $98 thing free. And they're doing that so that people can like literally start a business for $100, which is kind of unheard of. And like people just need additional income right now and people are home more. And so it's nice that you can like use your time just to start your business. Like this is how I've been doing since everyone's home. This is how I've been doing like my parties. And like, this is how customers are, buying things. And it's like, I'm home. I've like 2 to 4 kids sometimes. Like it's just simple. I can do it when my kids go to bed. So that's nice too. And it's kind of crazy, but skincare is like that and alcohol, I guess, are like the 2 things that like survive through like recessions and stuff, which is, I know it's like crazy, but I guess it's normalcy that people have. Like when we're home, like I've only worn makeup a couple times. And I will say if I put it on, I do feel like better. And I think I like am just more positive and happier throughout the day. And you don't just feel like so like blah. But people's skincare, I think it makes them feel like they're doing something good for themselves, like trying to get in a workout here and there and just like doing your skincare, you feel like you're taking care of yourself and just like throwing on a mask once a week, having a glass of wine, like that stuff just makes people feel good. So I think that might be why. So yeah, so you guys have any questions on anything I talked about or any products? We do have a 60-day money back guarantee too. And they do like really recommend that you use it for the whole 60 days. When I started using Counter Time, like once a week, I was like getting a pimple and I'm like, oh shit. Oh, I'll show you my results. Although you guys may have already seen them. I was like, this stuff is like so incredible, but I'm like, I don't want to get a pimple every week, like that I'm using it. And then after the 4 weeks, that stopped. So your skin can go through like a detox. My friends that have used the counter control for like pimples, it got worse and then it got better, because your skin has to like get rid of the stuff that's in it. So that's why they do 60 days. So the first 30 days may be like not so great. And then they want you to use it for this full 60 so that like your skin has more like turnover. And then I'll just share that. And then I will share, I do have a picture of my Flawless in 5. Let me share my screen. I'm not going through this info here and see what I'm doing. Okay. And you guys have probably seen this because you were friends on. So this is Flawless in 5. So it's like super, like, it's very natural. It just really makes whatever you have just like pop more. And when I was using the counter time, I couldn't believe like when I put makeup on, it just like applied so beautifully as well, which was another bonus. And then let's see. So I did 7-day photos with counter time and I saw results in 7 days by taking a picture. Like I didn't know to like the naked eye, but I saw a result at 7 days, 14 days, and then I did a 6-week, which I was really excited about the 6-week, and I didn't really think it would get better. And then this was my 15-week. So I did all of them, every before and after I've done, I did it the same time of day, in the same window, no filters, no makeup. And so I think it's kind of like when you're working out and eating healthy, like you don't, like you see the before, like later, you don't realize like I didn't realize how like red and like like it wasn't evened out my skin. And so I think you just don't really notice it unless like you take pictures, and most people aren't just like taking a picture of like your skin with like nothing on it just to do it. So I think that's kind of like more eye-opening too. So if you do try anything, like you should take pictures because it will be hard to see like to the naked eye if things are happening. But I mean, I don't know if I've even had anyone ever return a product because they didn't like it. I think I've had like 2 people return just because it was like their skin reacted differently. Like they found out they had a reaction, like allergy or like something like that to something. But for the most part, I just get like people are just really happy about their products. So new customers right now can get 20% off. So it's 20% off the whole site. So regimens are already discounted. So if you bought like everything separate, it would cost more than if you bought the regimen. So a lot of times they don't include regimens in sales, but it is including the sale. So it's 20% off. And then our loyalty program. So it's basically like you pay $29 and it's for a whole year. So you don't get like, there's no monthly fees. It's just the $29. After a year, if you want it, you have to pay the $29 again. Like it doesn't auto renew. So you pay the $29, and then this month, like I was saying, is the overnight resurfacing peel you get for free. And then anytime you buy something over 100, you get free shipping, and you get 10% back on every purchase. So let's say, for example, you spent $100, and then you paid $29 for the membership. So you'd be paying $129 for the total. And then you get free shipping because it's 100 or over. And then you get $10 back into your Beauty Counter account because you get 10% back. And then like the next time you purchase, it will say, do you want to use your $10 credit? And then say you spent $80. $8 would go back into your Beauty Counter credit. So it's just kind of like after basically the first time you buy it, it kind of covers itself because basically the gift is usually more than $29. So I always should try to do like the breakdown for people, especially now with the 20% off, like what you get for how much the regimen is, then 20% off, and then what you're getting back in product or credit. So it's a really good program. So any questions I can help with?
I have a question about like mascara. So I've tried natural mascaras before and they've been great, but like I am an eye rubber and then it ends up being all over my face. How is their mascara?
So people have told me that one, that it doesn't do that. One of the girls on our team is actually a few girls on our team are makeup artists. And like one of them is like a lash extension person, but like she uses mascara. She doesn't have extensions. She uses the mascara. And she's like obsessed with it. I will
Okay.
say she uses both. She's like, I want them plump and I want them longer. So she uses both. She'll do like one and then the other. And
Right.
she has like a video that she shared with us, but people have said that they haven't had that problem.
Okay. I mean, I'm like normal, but like one I
Yes.
just bought, it's lovely. It's great.
Yeah.
And then I like, even if I touch my eye, it's all over my face. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Did all the stuff on the counter time make sense? Because that was
Yeah.
what we've been talking about, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you have any other questions on it you can think of?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I wrote like the steps that you were talking about.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, at first it's like, it seems like a lot, but then you just kind of get used to it. And it's like when you see results, then you're like, oh, you want to keep doing it. You know, it's like exercising. It's like once you like see results, then you're like motivated to use it. So, I mean, of course, there's nights that like I'll be like too tired and I go to bed, but for the most part, I use it morning and night.
Yeah, I have a bad routine right now. I use
Mm-hmm.
natural care baby wipes to take off my makeup.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, Beauty Counter has those wipes, but they're always sold out, like always. And I haven't even been able to get them because I'm like, I want that for those nights that I'm like, I just can't tonight. Like, I just want to go to bed and I want
Right.
to have them by my bed. Yeah. So any questions you can think of, Jen? Let me unmute you. Sorry.
Oh,
Anything you can think of?
oh, thank you. No, I don't wear makeup, so I don't wash my face at night.
Do you
But I don't wear makeup because my face is so sensitive. I can't wear any eye makeup or anything because my eyes get all puffy.
Yeah.
So I just quit wearing it altogether, and I use a Vino, which I know is awful, but
I won't say anything. I mean, I've heard of the things I've used for like my whole life, and I'm like, oh my God. I'll see like an Instagram thing on like how bad like that like St. Ives like apricot spread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I use that all the time, and the girl was like, "There's like, it's like pieces of walnut in it," and they're like, "But that literally like creates like micro tears in your skin." Like,
Yeah,
like,
it actually makes your skin worse. Like I used to, it'll make my skin great in the winter. No, it doesn't. It makes it
Yeah.
worse.
yeah.
It'll scrub off all the crap.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. Well, obviously, you guys know if you need anything, let me know.
Oh, I'm gonna be getting all kinds.
And then,
because my kids are into the Ipsy subscription.
oh gosh.
Both
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
So